So it's felt like forever since the very first Smile came out. But here we are. Smile 2 is out. I saw it last night and it's time to review it. It's time to review Smile 2. Let's go. All right, so Smile 2 starts off directly from Smile 1. I mean, directly within the span of a few days after the event of Smile 1. And then when it gets to, that's in the very beginning. When it gets to the main story, it follows Sky Riley, who is a pop singer, a very big pop singer, essentially like a Taylor Swift of this movie's stance. And she went through a pretty tough, situation that she's coming out of and getting herself back on her feet by going back to another tour. And in the midst of all that, she comes across the Smile Demon, whatever you want to call it, entity, whatever it's called, and things just go crazy. Now, what did I think about this? Now, I did an out of theater reaction yesterday and raved about this movie. I'm going to do the same thing now. The movie was absolutely phenomenal. Now, I'm not going to get into full details of spoilers. I don't want to do that. The movie just came out yesterday. I do not want to spoil it for anybody. But if you're on the fence on whether or not you want to see it, this is the review to see. Now, I liked Smile 1, okay? Not everyone did. And I'll tell you this, Smile 2 would be good for those that did like it and those that didn't. Because what I heard about Smile 1 for the ones that did not like it is it's only jump scare heavy with nothing else really to it. This definitely has jump scares. Definitely has a good amount of very effective jump scares, but it doesn't rely solely on the jump scares. The director on this, he felt like he had more of a budget to work with. He was given more opportunity to do different things, and he took a full advantage of this. This was a very immersive experience. Some movies you watch, some movies you experience. This is a movie you experience because not only do you have a world-renowned pop singer that is a central piece, which means you're going to have a much more public eye on the things she's going through. Not only do you have that, but there's more of a budget. It also felt like the director, everything they had at their disposal, they just threw it at this movie, and all of it worked. That's no exaggeration. It had story that you can get with her past stuff that they'll get into, and her present situation with the Smile Demon. And I'll tell you this: the woman playing Sky Riley was absolutely phenomenal. She was really, really good because everything she went through, you felt it. The paranoia in this movie was like at a full level, more so than the first one, to the point where even as an audience member, you feel Sky's paranoia, and you feel just as bad you feel bad for her that she's going through this stuff. The first movie, I don't feel I had an emotional connection. Like I didn't feel really bad for the doctor, but partly the performance of the actress and the way it was filmed and what happened, you just felt bad for this character. And the scares were phenomenally placed, very, very well done. In the age where you could almost count and anticipate every jump scare. This one had scares that you didn't, even the most ardent horror fan could not see coming. Now, if you watch this movie and you see all of them coming, hey, more power to you. You're a better person than I am. But I consider myself a pretty a deep horror fan, and I watched quite a bit of movies. And some of these scares in this movie got me. I'm not, I have no problem in admitting that. So, and then on top of that, there were jump scares, but there were long-term scares. There were scene type scares that just the dread that was created made the scare more effective than had it been delivered a different way. It probably wouldn't have been as effective. But everything that the director tried to do in this movie, He hit it out of the park. I thought this movie was very, very good. And the way that it ended would like us to think that there's a potential going to be for a third one. And I'm all for it, because right now, Smile 2 was better than Smile 1. We as a culture seem to get so attached to originals and think, well, the original, a sequel can't be better than the original. This one was. There was, again, the bigger budget. It was on a grander scale. There were deeper scares than just the surface level jump scares. The story had feeling behind it. The characters had feeling behind them. What every single person in this movie was going through, you could feel it when it happened. I cannot say enough good things about this movie. For me, it's the best movie I've watched this year. And I haven't seen as many as I saw last year, but what I have seen, this is the best one. I'm going to do my mad dash between now and December to watch stuff and catch up on other movies. But for what I've seen, this is by far the best movie of 2024. If you are on the fence of seeing Smile now, let me go back. Even if you did not like the first one, I really think that you'll like this one. I really think give this one another shot, and you'll be a fan of the Smile universe after this one, whether you like the first one or not. That's how good this one was by itself. Now, if you haven't seen the first one, you've got to see the first before seeing this one. Okay, there are callbacks. There are certain things that are mentioned. It'll make it easier for you. See the first, and then come back and see this one. But if you're on the fence, you don't know whether you want to see it, it's worth a shot. If you go and see this movie and you didn't like it, come back to this video and get on me in the comments. That's completely fine. But I absolutely loved it. And just to paint a picture for you, I've seen a good amount of movies, a decent amount of movies this year. I haven't reviewed many of them because I didn't want to come off as always being negative. A lot of movies I saw this year were not very good. They just weren't. They had a lot of hype behind them, and they just weren't very good. This one, the hype matched how good it was. The movie, it was just as good as the hype led it to be. So, in conclusion, Smile 2 is a must-see. If you're on the fence, definitely see it. Thank you for joining me. See you guys next time.